I want to share with you some news that I heard this week. Very, very interesting indeed. Here in Italy, for instance, I have two newspapers here with me. One is called The Manifest, which is really a socialist communist newspaper. Look. And then I have this other one, which is called The Truth, which is an independent newspaper. And the news here are really, really interesting. I don't know how it is in countries whereby how they are managing the situation of the virus, but here everyone is more or less in their homes and continue to give you restrictions. But people here are beginning to get tired of this. So restaurants, they opened this weekend because all this time they were closed and people went there to eat. One interesting news that I found here is that they say that the first 23 dead people because they took the vaccine in Norway. All of them were people in pension. They had another symptom, but they give them the vaccine and 23 of them are dead now. Another interesting article here is concerning the 100 years of the Communist Party in Italy. Now it's called the Democratic Party, the one who is in power. And that's why I feel myself that I'm being in jail. I'm in prison. I cannot move out of my area until this past week that now I can go to Florence. But I remain Christmas, New Year, almost 2 months without being able to move out of my village. Then there is another interesting article here because, you know, the Pope makes the news every day in Italy. I don't know where it is where you live, but here he is telling off the people that work for him as the newspaper because he didn't like the way he was approached. Now, I would recommend to you always to try to look beyond your English-speaking nation to see what else is happening. For instance, in France, I listened to Luc Montagnier. Luc Montagnier is a scientific man who was interviewed concerning the vaccine. And he received the Nobel Prize many years ago. But he said that he will not take the vaccine. He's an old man and he will not take it because he has many doubts about it. Then it's very interesting because here in Italy they took off the vaccine, the Pfizer, all this week because also a doctor here looking at the page, at the web page of the Italian Association of Medicine. They were declaring that they were not sure how good the vaccine was, and that is something very, very annoying, to be honest with you. For instance, in Sweden, as you may know, in Sweden, here in Italy, they interview an Italian virologist who lives there 27 years now, and he lives there. And he explained why they consider to continue everyone to work, but they ask people to stay away, but continue to live. If you want to use the mask, use it, and wash your hands. But some people died, yes, but they said that they were able to create like a community immunology so that the virus will not take them by the storm. In Spain, for instance, in a region of Spain, if you say, for instance, in Italy, you speak about the Tuscany, in Spain, there is what is called the country, the Basque country. There, the Minister of Health said that to speak about people without symptoms is a stupid thing. It's interesting, really. In Spain also, there is a journalist, a woman, she has a doctorate. She spoke about very strongly this past week about her new book, which is called The Truth of the Pandemic. And then the subtitle of the book is The Owners of the Earth Are Hunting. The owners of the earth are hunting. And she explained what are the purposes for the ONU by the year 2030. I share these sentences with you because, as I said before, it's always very important to hear in other countries what they are saying, what do they think, what do they comment. The book says that in the multitude of opinions, there is wisdom. In Japan, for instance, I heard some news that all this time they suggest to people to drink lukewarm water every hour. They ask people to even to have some salt when they arrive home, and to have vapor with salt in their lives, and to wash, and everything that we are doing around the world. But it's interesting because they recommend different things. Someone told me just this past week that in Australia, they recommended everyone to take a medicine. I forgot the name now, but it is against parasites in your stomach. And I would like to check that out. Now, it is interesting, all this, and each one of us, we need to continue to keep an eye of everything that is happening in this earth. I think, for instance, that checkmate has been done to many countries in these months because of what has taken place. I can tell you of this because I know that Chile, Argentina, some strong things took place, even in Venezuela. Where I come from, in Guatemala, they tried to do something, but it didn't work. And in Europe, at least where I live, everything is closed down. It's very tight, and people are not able to manifest. Let us search God. Let us fear God. Let us have peace. Let us ask for His